Good day everyone. For Module 9, we will be discussing Scenario 1, 3, and 5. We are the Group 10, and for the group members, I am the Jesus Regine, and we have De La Rosa Jason, and we also have Ramirez Adrian. So for customer emotional state, for Scenario 1, the customer starts off asking calmly but becomes increasingly angry and impatient. Despite the agent's efforts to remain calm, the customer escalates their frustration, shouting and using a more aggressive tone. This shift in emotion stems from a miscommunication where the customer feels their issue isn't being properly addressed. So the next slide is the customer core concern. So in scenario 1, the customer's main issue is that they feel misunderstood. They want their problem resolved, but the agent is unable to understand their concern quickly. So this lack of understanding from the agent is what drives the customer's anger and impatience during the interaction. So this is my last part, which is the summary of scenario 1. So in summary, this scenario illustrates the critical role of clear communication. The agent's polite attempts to ask questions were not enough to resolve the issue. As the customer frustration grows, misunderstandings can escalate the situation, so it's important for agents to actively listen and clarify concerns to avoid such conflicts.
Customer emotional state. Based on the recording, the customer asked calmly about their withdrawal issue but soon become very angry and start shouting using offensive language. The frustration stems from the inability to withdraw, and as the agent struggled to resolve the issue, the customer emotional state escalated quickly, leading to a loss of patience and increased aggression. The issue here is the customer inability to make a withdrawal. This creates a confusion and frustration. The customer feels that the problem isn't being addressed fast enough, which makes them feel ignored and cause their anger to intensify. Their core concern clearly the unresolved issue with the withdrawal process. Summary. In summary, the customer frustration escalated due to not being able to withdraw, resulting in shouting and the use of offensive language. Even though the agent remained calm and composed, the lack of resolution caused the customer to become increasingly upset. This highlights the importance of addressing customer concern promptly to avoid emotional escalation and dissatisfaction.
Customer's emotional state. Based on the recording, the customer asked calmly about their withdrawal issue but soon becomes very angry and starts shouting. Customer core concern. The issue here is the customer inability to make a withdrawal. This creates confusion and frustration. The customer feels that the problem isn't being addressed fast enough, which makes them feel ignored and causes their anger to intensify. The core concern is clearly the unresolved issue with the withdrawal process. In summary, the customer frustration escalated due to not being able to withdraw, resulting in shouting and the use of offensive language, even though the agent remained calm and composed. The lack of resolution caused the customer to become increasingly upset. This highlights the importance of addressing customer concern promptly to avoid emotional escalation and dissatisfaction.